let's say you have 10,000 naira to invest. You saw a legit business and you invested into that business, and at the end of the month they gave you 12,000 naira clean cash. So it means that your ROI, your return on investment, is 2,000 naira or 20% return on investment. Now, it might shock you to know that many Nigerian students that want to be financially stable don't know anything about opportunity costs, frugalities, sinking funds, even expenses. They don't even know anything about investment. Now, how many of these words are you familiar with? Are you familiar with return on investment? Are you familiar with sinking costs? Do you even know anything about emergency funds? Now, one of the keys to success in any field, in any endeavor, is knowledge. So today we're going to be talking about 7 financial terms every student that wants to be financially stable must know. Please note these financial words because they are very, very important in the financial world, and it is going to help you even whenever you are communicating your ideas to your investors or to your uncles. Just imagine you are telling your uncle about an opportunity cost and you're telling him or her about the fixed expenses you have in your business. They will be like, this guy is intelligent, let me invest. I've used it and it works for me. These are words that when you add to your vocabulary, it will make you stand out as a professional, even when you are not a professional yet, but you are a professional in the making. The first word you must pay attention to is emergency funds. Now, what are emergency funds? Now, emergency fund is the money you set aside specifically to handle unexpected expenses. Now, we are students. We know that life happens. You wake up one day and your phone got spoiled. Sorry, your phone just got spoiled. Nothing really happened. It didn't fall down. So what do you use to repair the phone? Or your laptop got damaged just a few weeks ago. I was just working with my laptop and it just shuts down. And I'm like, which kind of village people is this? So the money that I used to repair my laptop then was an emergency fund. One thing that makes many students run haywire or helter-skelter whenever such things happen or whenever they have sudden illness is because they don't pay attention to emergency funds. Now, as a student, whenever money comes to your account, even if it's just saving 500 naira every month or every week, depending on how your income is, into an account for emergency funds, definitely life will happen. Village people will happen for some persons. So you really need this money to be set aside for whenever sudden illness, your laptop got spoiled, your phone got spoiled, or whenever they call you back home suddenly without even sending money to you. This is why you need an emergency fund. Now, the next word we should pay attention to if you are intentional about your financial stability this year is investment. Now, what are investments? Investment is simple. It's not rocket science. Many students, when we hear the word investment, what comes to our mind is crypto or stocks. Some of us, whenever we hear investment, we visualize those charts that used to go. No, investment is simply putting money in anything that can bring in more money in the future or generate more income or revenue for yourself. It is investment. Now, investment is not just tied to stocks and crypto. Do you know that as a student, you can invest in books? Yes, that is what we call library worth. You can invest in yourself by taking courses. Now, whenever an amount comes in, you have let's say certain percentage to invest in yourself. But let's say you are investing 20% of your income into a particular course or saving for a particular course. That's what we call sinking funds. Now, another funds you must have as a student, which it's not in the list of financial terms, but I want to chip it in. After having emergency funds, it is advisable to have sinking funds. What are sinking funds? Sinking fund is the money you save for a future expenses that will likely occur. Now, you're students, definitely, before you graduate, you will do what we call, I don't know, depending on your school, you will do what we call wire verification. Yes, wire verification. Most of us have not done it because it's quite expensive. It's just 10,000 naira. But a sinking cost can cater for that. You can say, let's say, you know that you want to finish your clearance around July and you don't have money for the wire verification. What you can do is to set up a sinking fund where you will be depositing, since it's 10,000 naira, Now you'll be depositing 2,000 naira every month into a certain account just for your WAEC verification. Now that is that. Back to investment. Investment, you can still invest in books, invest in knowledge, but now you can also invest in businesses. So if you want to be financially stable this year, pay attention to investments. What are you investing on this year, man? I want to ask you this question. We are in a month called the month of April. How much have you invested in books so far? Now let's move over from books down to businesses. How much stocks do you have? What is the worth of your assets? Now, still on investment, another word you should pay attention to is ROI. I believe you've seen this sometime or somewhere. What is ROI? ROI is simply return on investment. Still on investment, return on investment. Now, still on investment, investment is making your money generate more money. Are you with me now? Now let's move to ROI, return on investment. These are keywords that you should pay attention to. Whenever you're about to invest, calculate or ask yourself, what is my return on investment? What do I stand to gain at the end of this investment? Return on investment or ROI is simply the percentage of what you stand to gain, not what you stand to gain, the percentage of what you gain or what you lose at the end of every investment. Are you with me now? So before you invest in anything, ask question, what percentage, what is my ROI percentage? What is my return on investment percentage? Ask questions. So you don't invest in a business where the return on investment is 2%. Well, 2% over a long period of time can still be something. Now, I could remember some time ago, around 2021, I took a loan from a friend. That's 4,000 naira. Then I was broke, like totally broke. And we were on strike. Who can remember that particular 8-month strike, nationwide 8-month strike? So, for federal universities, though. So we were on strike and I didn't have money. So I took a loan from a friend to invest in a business. Then I was still doing a small scale business and I was in the line of data vending, selling data and airtime, but majorly data. So I needed much more money to do publicity around my area because I did a market survey and I noticed that many persons are not aware about how to buy data from such platforms. I said, okay, let me tap into this opportunity. So what I now did then was, and I took a loan from this friend and I told him by this time next month, it was just a loan, the duration was a month, and I'll be returning his money to him. So what I now did was to invest into my data vending business. And now, at the end of 1 month, I took a loan from him. That was 4,000 naira. At the end of 1 month, I kid you not, I made around that was 8,500 if I'm correct. And it means that my ROI, my return on investment is, if I'm making 8,500 at the end of 1 month, my return on investment at the end of 1 month is, if I'm correct, 102.5% return on investment, which is something. And it also means that my profit was actually 4,500. This is as of 2020, not 21, 22. For me, it was quite something for a start. Now, let's say you have 10,000 naira to invest for the month, and you saw a legit business and you invested into that business, and at the end of the month, they gave you 12,000 naira. Clean cash. So it means that your ROI, your return on investment, is 2,000 naira or 20% return on investment. In this channel, we want to produce students that are leaders in every aspect of life, and to be a leader, you must understand finance. So we want you to be financially intelligent. We want financially intelligent students. So you need to understand. So whenever you are pitching your idea to your uncle, let's say you are telling your uncle, sir, I have this business, I have this vision, I want to do this and this and that, and I need 200,000 naira to start up, and I will promise you this, at the end of, let's say, 6 months, I'll be giving you 3% ROI, 3% return on investment into this business. Come on now, your uncle will be challenged. You'll be like, where this boy learn all these things from? In your mind, just tell yourself, I learned it from the Nigerian Student Podcast. Alright, let's move. Now, another word you have to pay attention to, which is very, very important, is something that I've noticed, and that is impulse buying. Some persons call it impulse spending, but it's quite impulse buying. This is actually buying something you never planned, you never thought about, you never budgeted, you just saw it and you bought it. Impulse buying. This is one thing that's been leading many students that receive money and they don't know where the money is entering. You just woke up one morning and you went to the store probably to get toothpaste. Upon getting toothpaste, you now saw how shiny the buns was. You said, Auntie, because the two buns are 200 naira there. The 2 buns. Now the okpa is entering your eye. You collected okpa. You did not plan it. It was not in your budget. It is called impulse buying. Now this impulse buying happens more whenever you are traveling. Have you noticed that? Now whenever you're traveling, especially long distance travel, you sit down in the bus and you see those guys that sell okpa. Are my favorites. That sell fried plantain, and you'll be like, I need that, or I will be hungry in the long run. It is called impulse buying, and this is one thing that has been stealing our money. Impulse buying. So as a student, please make sure that you reduce the rate of your impulse buying. Are we telling you to stop? No, definitely. As human beings, we will still buy things impulsively, but we have to culture the way we buy things. Are you with me now? Are you with me? So you see, with emergency funds, investment, return on investment, impulse buying, you are becoming financially intelligent, if I'm correct. Hope you are with me. So let's proceed to the next one. The next one is expenses. Expenses. Some persons will say they know what expenses is, but a lot of us might not necessarily know what expenses is. This is whatever you spend your money on. Wherever your money enters, it's expenses. Whatever you spend your money on, it's expenses. But I don't want to capitalize on this. There are 2 types of expenses. There's what we call fixed expenses, and there's what we call variable expenses. Fixed expenses are those things that their prices don't change with time. The cost don't change with time. Things like your school fees and your house rent. Variable expenses are the things that you buy or the things that cost you that change with time, and also sometimes they also change with your lifestyle. You can also say variable expenses are costs that change depending on your usage and your activity. So what are variable expenses? Food, transportation, data and airtime. Lifestyle is also a variable expense whenever you want to show off. So you should also pay attention to your fixed expense and your variable expense. So whenever you're pitching your idea to your uncle, you tell your uncle that I have this business, I've been running this business for over 2 years, and our fixed expenses, what we just spend on our fixed expenses is basically I pay for a store, and that is yearly, and it's a fixed expense, and what it costs me is 200,000 naira. But my variable expense, sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. These are not things that I can lay hold on, but I've been trying to track it. And from the last financial analysis I did on my business, my variable expenses for last year was running into 360,000 naira. Your uncle will be like, wow, this girl is so articulate in the financial aspect of her business. Therefore, let me invest in this business. Are you seeing that now? So, variable expenses are those expenses that move up and down. Yes, last month they sold that at this amount, this month they're selling that at this amount, food and the rest. So pay attention to your variable expenses, because this is where most of your money are being spent unknowingly. Now, how do you get note of these variable expenses? This is not to promote, but thank God for OPay. OPay is now helping us to track our variable expenses. There is one aspect of OPay. When you click on there, you now see all your transaction. That you can now section your transaction based on data, based on airtime, based on money you sent to Adobe and the rest. I have a question for you. Among these 5 terms you've learned so far, how many of them did you know prior to now? Please let us know in the comment section. And if you are learning and getting value out of this, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hope you are subscribed. Because we are all about enlightening you, preparing you to become a world changer of integrity. It's not about claiming I will not fail. I must be successful. Do you know about the variable expenses in your life? How much did you spend in airtime last month? Hope you are getting it now. So let's proceed. Another key word you have to pay attention to is cash flow. I want you to calm down. After watching this video, ask some of your friends, what is cash flow? Many of us, we want to be like Dangote. We want to make sure that we have more money. We have been praying, fasting. God help me, more finance, more money. I will have money. I will be financially this. And you don't understand what cash flow is. Cash flow is simply the rate at which money moves in and out of your account within a specific period of time. The way your assets move in and the way your liabilities take out within a specific period of time will show you your cash flow. And many of us, if students, we don't even take note of all these things, and you want to be wealthy. I read about this word called a play. Please. And now, when we're talking about cash flow has two types. There's what we call positive cash flow, and there's what we call negative cash flow. Now, positive cash flow is when the money entering into your account is much more higher than the money leaving your account. You have a positive cash flow. But negative cash flow, many Nigerian students will relate to this negative cash flow. You know why? It is when the money entering into your account is lower than the money leaving your account. In fact, let me put it this way. When the money leaving your account is higher than the money entering into your account, you have a negative cash flow. You will run into minus, and this is what the Nigerian man will call being broke. Let's paint a picture here. Assuming that is a student, what the student earns from his side hustle, probably let's say he's a graphic designer and he earns 30,000 naira per month, and what he spends on the monthly basics, food, school billings and the rest is 25,000 naira. If you do the maths, you will see that the student is having a positive cash flow of 5,000 naira. So the student in a certain degree is financially shaky. So you do your maths. Go to your OPay if you have one and check how much is entering into your account and minus how much is leaving your account. It will reveal to you if you have a negative cash flow or a positive cash flow. And last but not the least, the seventh one, which is something you have to pay attention to. Let me clean here and write it somewhere here. The seventh financial term you have to pay attention to, which is very, very important, is what I call, or what is called rather, lifestyle inflation. This is one of the major reasons why many persons are broke. What is lifestyle inflation? Lifestyle inflation is when your spending increases as your income increases. You get it? Have you noticed that whenever your money, your income increases, it seems as if your expenditure follows suit? It is a mindset. And one of the things that causes us to do that is whenever we want to shock our friends or we want to shock our village people that we are not famous, that we do anything in life. You were making 20,000 naira on a monthly basis. Or no, let me not say you were making. Your parents were sending you money, 20,000 naira on a monthly basis. But suddenly God helped you. You did a gig and you got 200,000 naira. Instead of you to remember that you need to invest into buying equipment that can facilitate you making much more money, you said no. My departmental guys will know that I've made it in life. You see that 200,000 naira? Normally you were wearing your cracker and flexing your cracker with style and steez. But now you see that 200,000 naira, I must wear Gucci and Gabbana. You say no wahala. Now let me be Gucci and Gabbana, no wahala. Alright? You know, I said, okay. I'm not condemning Gucci and Gabbana, but just get my information. You say no wahala that okrika is for poor people and village people. Let me go and buy those joggers up and down that is being sold 60,000 naira. You say God forbid, many persons are doing it. Now you suddenly want to change your lifestyle because your income increased. Please receive wisdom in Jesus' name, because this is one thing that has been killing savings. Immediately one M enters your account, bam. So no one, my laptop must change, my phone must change, iPhone or nothing, MacBook or nothing. Now, the lodge I'm living, I don't like it. I need a lodge where there is Baba, please. Whenever money comes into your account, pay attention to lifestyle inflation. I learned something from Papa JD Easy some time ago. He said we should live our lives in such a manner that whenever we have 1 point something million, let us claim as if we are spending 100,000 naira and actually spend 50,000 naira. It is not faking. Invest your 900,000 naira into something that will help you, that will build you. Invest your money to generate more money. Investment is all about putting your money to make more money for yourself for the long run. So these are just, we have over 17 of them, 17 financial terms you must know, and the remaining 10 and more I will be teaching them at our physical seminar. Which one is physical seminar? At our seminar coming up on the 20 what is that? On the 26th of this month at Nigerian University of Agriculture, where we are going to be having building financial foundations for students. A powerful seminar where we have loaded speakers. So make sure you are coming if you're a student of Nigerian University and you are around. Now, I have a quick question for you. Among these 7 financial terms, which one were you aware before this class? And if you are aware of more than 4, clap for yourself. You are financially intelligent, and make sure you aspire to know more. Make sure you share this video with your friends. It is going to help them grow and build more. We have much more classes taught already on finance. Please make sure you go listen on our Spotify, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'd love to see you in the next one. And make sure you are making impact in your life, in your family, and apply all these things we learned. It's not just by learning. Make sure you do apply. See you in the next one.